Ladies and gentlemen, I am Jacob TMK, and we are back with another tier list because you guys wanted it so bad. And as I'm sure some of you know, I have recently read the entirety of One Piece. So today, we're going to be ranking the characters, and I'm going to be real, I have beef with some and I love others, and we're going to sort that out today, right now. Now look, I read all of One Piece in 32 days. Some names I may have forgotten, but listen, my hate for these characters still stands. It's that simple. And like I said, there are some that I love too. And look, I don't want to be too free with the S tiers, but there are so many S tier characters in One Piece, so don't hate me. S plus, I'm gonna make it hard to earn. I'm gonna be real with you. It's gonna be hard, but I feel like there are some S pluses on here. So I don't necessarily know if we're gonna go in order, but we're gonna go ahead and start in order in the first place. You know what I mean? Now this little guy, is it Monosuke? I think so. I think that's what it is. We really just don't know enough about him. You know what I mean? I got to put my man B tier. You know what I mean? We're going to have to go through some of these fast. He definitely doesn't warrant an A tier. I haven't seen him as an A tier character. I can't feel comfortable giving him that. You know what I mean? Let me turn off the notifications on my phone before that happens again. All right, next. I know I don't remember this man's name. We're going to call him the fanboy. And honestly, what goes through my head instantly is like, is his name Bartholomew? First off, no, that's Kuma. I'm even thinking, is he even a B tier character? Like, he was kind of a goat in Dressrosa. Like, he did help a lot. I think because of the help that he did in Dressrosa, he's kind of a B tier character. All right, now look, Nico, easily A tier for me. Easily A tier for me. Look, fire character design, lover backstory, sad, gangster. I like it. I loved when she was added into the Straw Hats. Now we go to my boy Mihawk. I love swords. I really love the fact that he was training Zoro during the time skip. By the way, there are going to be spoilers in this because some of my beef I'm going to have to elaborate on. You know what I mean? I think he's definitely not an S tier character. But the fact that he just wanted to figure out how strong he was and decided to throw a strike at Whitebeard, that's kind of some gangster stuff. Now, Portgas, D stands for Dona, Ace. I think we got to give him S tier. I think one of the hardest devil fruits in the show. Let's be real. Like, we all know Akainu obviously hard counters him. I would still take the Marinomi over Akainu's devil fruit all day. I would. So we got to give my man an S tier. Now, this next chick, I don't remember her name. And I don't think that's my fault. Who does? We've seen her like 8 times. And every time she's doing some mischievous shit. That's a D tier for me. That is a D tier for me. Now, Boa Hancock. Kind of a gangster. Honestly, kind of a gangster. Does she warrant A tier? Here's the thing. You know what? I think we have to make some changes here. I think they both have to be in C if I want to put Boa in B, because she's definitely better than Bartholomew and Monosuke. I'm just going to call him Bartholomew for the rest of this episode, even if it's wrong. She's definitely better than both of them. I don't know if she's on Nico's level. I really don't. So I could not warrant putting her there in good conscience. Now, Carrot, more of a recent addition to the show, recent as in like Zoe. Her like, we're not ranking in power, obviously. These are just how I like the characters. Not A tier. That the first off the bat, not A tier. But her form when it's when the moon's all the way out, I think that's a B tier form. Kind of a gangster too. Now, Kobe, straight away. Like I said, we're gonna have to move through some of this fast. Just throwing that out there. We got to give my man A tier. The fact that he went against Akainu and Marineford, just that alone, making that time for Shanks, you got to give my man A tier. He's a gangster. He's going to be a big factor very soon. I'm hyped. Now, this man, I don't remember his name. I know exactly who he is, though. He's related to Law's backstory, Doflamingo's brother. The question is, obviously the MVP, right? Without him, we don't have Law. Obviously the MVP. Does that warrant an A tier? I don't think it does. He's definitely ahead of Carrot. I don't think it warrants an A tier, and here's why. He's a GOAT, yes. Well, is he a goat though? He is an amazing character that spawned a goat. I think that's fair to say. Could we agree to that? An amazing character that spawned a goat. I think that's reasonable. I don't think it warrants A tier right now. Our A tier is very, very strong right now. Now, Crocodile. I'm be honest with you. Alabasta was a good arc. Crocodile was a good villain. Not great. Not great. I gotta put him in B tier. I have to. Here's the thing. I didn't like Crocodile's ethics. Even as a villain, I understand when people do stuff out of evil, and I can like that evil. You'll see with Doflamingo here in a second. I don't know if I want to give him an A tier villain. I really don't know if I want him to be an A tier villain. Let me try to look through the other villains on this list. Actually, with the villains that I'm looking at, we might have to give my man an A, because we might have to give my man an A. We'll give Crocodile low A, because Luffy, when he gets murked by Crocodile at the beginning of Alabasta, that was fire. That was fire. I think we just have to keep him low A to be safe, because there's going to be some low ranking villains on this one for sure. Doflamingo. First, maybe last S tier villain, not S plus. I want to say by far my favorite villain in the show. Now, keep in mind, I read the manga. I did not suffer through the Dressrosa pacing that a lot of people have talked about. I've seen plenty of people talk about that. That was not a factor for me. And look, the whole time Dressrosa's hitting in the manga, I'm going to keep it real with you. Doflamingo, kind of a goat. Loved his power, loved his awakening. I gotta put Doflamingo to S tier. And his reasoning of just trying to be true neutral just for himself, you love it. You love to see it. Now, here's the thing. Skypiea. Let me take a drink of water. Skypiea. What is this dude's name? Enel. I think I gotta put him as a B tier villain. I do think Crocodile was a better villain. I'm just gonna keep it a $1.50 now. But now we're just gonna blow through this real quick. FU D tier garbage villain. Hated his guts. Don't think he was a good villain. Military propaganda, garbage. But back to Enel. I don't think he was as good as Crocodile. I did like the Skypiea arc. A lot of people didn't like it. I actually enjoyed it. And by the way, my bed's not made. I know I'm going to get a comment about that. See my cat sleeping right there? Do you mean to tell me you want me to kick my cat off of the bed? That way I can make it? No. That is morally wrong. I'm not doing that. Frankie, another Straw Hat. And the Straw Hat for me, one of my lesser favorites. We'll put him like upper B tier. Not the biggest fan of Frankie. His backstory was great. I just don't like his character design, and I just don't like how he acts. You know what I mean? I just don't like how he acts. Now, if there was a tier lower than D tier, I would put this man here. Like, I would put him there. I hated him as a villain. He was annoying. What he wanted to do was just work. He just wanted to work for somebody else for his whole life. I understand he wanted to try to overthrow him. There was no chance he was thrown over to Shishibaki or Bukai, however you say it. Nah, garbage. Absolutely. I did not like him as a villain at all. Now, Jinbei. Gotta give my man A tier. At least. Gotta give my man. No, not at least. He's A tier. He's not S tier. He's not even close to S tier. I put him above Kovi. I put him above Crocodile. Maybe Mihawk. We're going to keep him above Mihawk for now. Absolute goated new member to the Straw Hats. For sure. Katakuri. High A tier. The reason why I hated Gear 4. I hated Gear 4 when it came out. I really did not like it. Gear 4 Snake Man changed that for me. Katakuri pushed him there. And then also the gangster move of Katakuri stabbing himself when Luffy got cheap shotted. That's pretty fire. That's pretty fire. Now, we're going to do a little bit of fast rankings. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this video too long. So for some of the characters I don't know, like, who are you? Let's be real, right? Gone. D tier. We're just going to do this off memory. The Octopus dude's pretty chill. Not a B tier character, though. D tier. Hated his character design. Hated his attitude. Hated him, and I hated him in Alabasta. Look, you're cool and all. She is a C tier character. The doctor that Chopper was with. She could be a B tier character, but she threw knives at him when he left. I kind of am holding a grudge. I can't really put him in my right mind in D tier. I really couldn't do that to you. Now, here's the thing with this dude right here, Giraffe Man. I kind of feel bad putting him at C tier, but I want to because that giraffe power up was the most anticlimactic thing ever. I genuinely think this girl's soap power up was better than him turning into a giraffe. When they ate the devil fruits, I was hyped when they did that. And then we got a giraffe and somebody that can use soap. Come on now. Come on now. Now, is this Lola? I think this is Lola. She's all right. Whole Cake was not really the brightest spot for me, but we're gonna have her C tier also. We're gonna have her C tier also. I feel like I gotta move the octopus homie up to B because he kind of became goated actually. So we're gonna put him up to B. Ghost Girl with high socks. I mean, it's anime. C tier. Like I said, we're gonna blast through a few real quick. Besides people I hate. Not really the biggest thing in Whole Cake. Didn't like her character design. Her power was all right, I guess. This dude, I hate his eyebrows. Why you gotta do my man like that with them eyebrows? And then the way that he talks and the way he like lives through his devil fruit. You're definitely not D tier on power. You're very strong. I just don't like you. You're going to D tier. Who is this? D tier, right? Right? Like, I'm not gonna remember all these people, and I have no clue. Like, I remember seeing him, no clue who he is. Not the slightest. We just got to get a few more of these out of here faster, because I'm gonna want to explain for a lot of these characters. One of the few siblings that could feel for Sanji. I feel like that's a middle of the pack B tier feat. I really do. I really do. You know, Sanji's backstory made him one of, if not my favorite character in the show. I gotta give her middle of the pack. This girl. Unfortunate, you know, unfortunate that she was a part of the Thriller Bark arc. Not my favorite arc at all. We're throwing her in C tier. We're throwing her in C tier just to be safe. Now, I don't know who she is, but looks so familiar. So we can't in good conscience rank her above that. This is she's from Whole Cake, right? You saw her for like a whole 8 minutes. Am I wrong? We're going to put her D tier. Like, a D tier has no adherent order to it at all in the first place. I just want to make that clear. None of these characters so far are close to getting out of D tier. I'll be completely honest with you. The observant chick, the psychic, whatever you want to call her. I'm going to put her at high C tier for potential. Obviously, she did nothing. She did nothing during Fishman Island, but with some of the theories I've heard of One Piece, what she said could come true in a very, very cool way. So I'm going to put her there. Girl that can, this is the chick that can make animals her friends, right? She kind of goated. She helped out Luffy a few times. I say that's C tier. Now, random Sky Island art girl, and she ratted on him, didn't she? No, she came back to save him. In Sky Island. Still not better than any of the B tier characters. I'm keeping it real with you. This dude, hate his face. I hate his face. Read the manga in color, made me regret it. I hate his face. I hate his character design. D tier. He was a cool character. Don't get me wrong. His devil fruit, cool. Don't get me wrong. D tier character. Just because of his character design. Alrighty. Now we're getting to the bread and butter. Let's throw out a few more. Kid. Pretty gangster because of them being arrested in Whole Cake. He did some cool stuff. I know where you're at in the show. I know what you did. Don't remember your name. C tier. I'm sorry. Now, I really don't know who else on this list that we could rank fast. Who's this guy? Never mind. Is that the guy? Is that X Drake on Wano? Is that what he's D tier? Now we get to the meat and potatoes. Right here. This is where it gets mint, okay? We fast ranked the few that we had to get into the sauce. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I'm sorry. My memory's bad, but I remembered everything that he's done. And that's enough to warrant you middle of the pack B tier. I really like his character now. Law. I don't know if I can warrant giving Law S tier. One of my favorite characters. He's been my profile picture on TikTok for a long time. Actually, we will give Law S tier. We will give Law S tier. His devil fruits, gangster, the amount of times that he's helped Luffy, his backstory. Oh, his backstory is just second to none. Nami. I think we put Nami over everyone in A tier. Nami's backstory, I don't care what you say, Nami's backstory is one of the saddest ever. Watched her parents die, got an adoptive mother, watched her mother die, got basically put into slavery of the Arlong pirates so her sister wouldn't die, then to have the money that she built up to buy her freedom taken away from her. Come on now. Come on now. And then to be the best navigator ever. That's just gangster. It's just gangster. Raleigh, kind of a goat for helping Luffy train. We got to put him low A tier. I don't think he warrants a B tier. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think he warrants a B tier. He helped Luffy so much. Now we get into Zoro. I think we have to have Zoro A tier for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? I feel like there are very few people that wouldn't have Zoro S tier. Did I say A tier? I feel like there are very few people that wouldn't have Zoro S tier. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely goated. I cannot wait to see what his power is when he opens his eye. I feel like that's going to happen soon, probably in Wano. Now we get to Sabo. I don't know if you can see the photo back here, but I got it's Ace, Sabo, and Luffy playing on a rock. Great time. Absolutely love that. Just got it for my birthday. Question is, where do I value Sabo at? Where do I value him? I feel like purely because we haven't seen enough, we're going to put him above Crocodile and above Raleigh. Maybe above Kobe. I think above Kobe too. I think that's a good spot for Sabo. Actually, Sabo's tough one. Sabo's tough one. Oh, let me get this out of the way. Usopp D tier, hate your nose. You're not God D Usopp. I'm sorry. This video's going to get dislikes because of this. I don't like Usopp. I don't. I get Usopp's supposed to be the depiction of what the real world would be if you were it. Okay, I'm watching a fantasy show where people eat fruits and do crazy shit. I don't no. Usopp did get better. Matter of fact, Usopp getting better pre-time skip gives him high C. That's the furthest I'll go with Usopp. I hate his nose. Sanji, first S plus character. My favorite backstory out of these Straw Hats by far. The way he got his morals, the way his family treated him, the way he denied Germa 66, the way he denied his father because his father finally saw him as useful. Amazing. His mother's backstory, how he felt with his mother, making food for his mother and then dropping it in the rain. Dude. And then last but not least, the scene. I think it's from this scene where Sanji says lighting the cigarette in the rain because of Pudding. Matter of fact, where the fuck is Pudding? Pudding. Is it possible to add a tier? If I could get a tier that I mean is miles away from Sanji, I want it 100 tiers below where Sanji's at. That's where Pudding would belong, but sadly can't do it. This chick works with Sabo. We've really not seen much of her at all. You gotta give her C tier. You know what I mean? Gotta. Shanks. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Oda talked about how Shanks was going to make his move in 2021. Like Oda was going to start writing Shanks moving throughout the One Piece world in 2021. I'm excited for that. Shanks ended. I'm trying to think of what Shanks has done recently. Ended the war. What else? A tier. A tier because he's such a gangster. Gave Luffy the Straw Hat. Essentially started the idea of the Straw Hat Pirates. Dope character. Can't warrant an S tier yet. Lady Odahime? Is it Odahime? Over high A tier character. I liked her character development a lot. A lot when she went to Mary Joyce. I know a lot of people are going to have probably putting her above Shanks and Katakuri. For me, it's about character development for a lot of the show. You haven't seen barely any for Shanks yet. We just know that he's a gangster. You know what I mean? And that's cool. And I'm sure Shanks will go above that once we actually see him. Odahime actually had good character development. You know what I mean? Luffy affected her life, and seeing that in Mary Joyce was dope. Smoker. I feel like he's a softie. You know what I mean? I feel for Smoker deep down. Like, he wants to do his job, but he kind of likes Luffy at the same time. You know what I mean? High B tier. Put him above Frankie. I don't know if I want to put him above Boa Hancock. Don't know if I could do that. Chopper. I got to give my boy Chopper... Yeah, I can't put Chopper above Nami in good conscience. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I cannot put Chopper above Nami in good conscience. It's just not, it's not something that I can do. I feel like Nami's backstory was so much better. But he's a good character. One of my favorite Straw Hats, for sure. Vivi? Princess Vivi? Am I remembering that name right? A tier character. You know, iconic moment. They all hold their hands up. They have the X's on them. Iconic moment. Edward Newgate, aka Whitebeard, aka GOAT, S tier. Does anyone have problems with me putting Whitebeard in S tier? Tell me now. Put it in the comments right now. Does anyone have problems with me putting Whitebeard? The man who died standing up. The man who fought for Ace. Made sure Luffy was protected during the war. Does anyone have problems when we put him in S tier? Let's talk. Let's talk about it, because you shouldn't. Garp. Here's the thing with Garp. I think I'm going to give him A tier. Probably low A tier. Probably above Crocodile. I can't put him above Crocodile. Just know that he's above Crocodile. Actually, I can do that. Him having a mental breakdown while he saw Ace on the execution platform, saw how hard Luffy was working for it. Him having, I feel like that was a great character trait. It was a great moment, possible foreshadowing. I just loved that moment for his character. That's why I'm giving him A tier. Basically, that's sole reason. That's why I'm giving him A tier. And just the stories of how strong he was. You know what I mean? Arlong was a good villain. I hate his guts, but when you hate somebody's guts, that makes you appreciate them more as a character from their writing standpoint, right? Like what he did to Nami, what he did to that island, it made me sick. And I feel like that's why Arlong is a good character. I have to give him high A tier. I can't put him in S tier. I could not tell you why I would put him in S tier. I'd probably have him above Jinbei at this point, purely because we haven't seen a lot of him. I'm caught up on the manga. I feel like we still haven't seen enough. Mr. Castlebody, you kind of came up clutching Zoe. You definitely came up clutching Whole Cake, which will probably put you to the top of C tier. Actually, I'll put you above Kid, because Kid's like, you know, he's a panda. He's a panda. I actually almost gave him A tier because of Panda, but let's think about this logically, Jacob. No character development. We just know that he's part of Lost Crew. He's done some things in the show. He has moved through the world of One Piece a little bit. Low B, like above the Octopus and above Castle Boy. Why are there two Luffys? Why? Well, I just realized that. Why are there two Luffys? So Smiling Luffy, S tier, low S tier. You know, I'm big chillin' Luffy and the anime Luffy, S plus. Look, when I started One Piece, I did not expect it to compete with some of my top animes. It quickly became my second favorite anime of all time, only being beat by Death Note, and Luffy became my favorite main character of all time. I think I put him above Sanji too. I really do. Big Mom. Is it just me, or was Whole Cake kind of a letdown? Really, I didn't like her backstory. Her backstory was whack. Did she eat her family? Am I recalling that right? Kind of not a terrible villain. Does not warrant A tier. Middle of the pack, B tier for sure. Whole Cake was kind of a letdown for me. We're gonna see with Wano, because you know she's a factor in Wano too. We're gonna see. Arlong ripoff. Let's be real. Arlong ripoff. Let's be real. He wanted to do what Arlong couldn't, and guess what? He couldn't. It literally ended the same way. I felt like I was getting deja vu. Except he did steroids. It was a good fight. His plan to destroy Fishman Island was cool. We're going to give him very low B tier. Actually, I could not, in good conscience, give him a tier above Usopp. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Is this Birdman? You know what I'm talking about? The guy. C tier. I'm not gonna think about that too much. Gol D. Roger, baby. The start of it all, the reason why we are here, and the reason why the One Piece is the most sought after treasure in history. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to give him an S tier. Here's the thing. With the backstory, they had like a 20, if you guys are not reading the manga, this isn't going to be a spoiler. They had like a 20 chapter flashback that showed Gol D. Roger's life towards the end of his journey. That honestly warranted enough to put him S tier. It really did. So this is my tier list. Let me know what you agree and disagree with. I read all of One Piece in 32 days. This is how I feel. That's the reason why I didn't remember a lot of the names, but this is how I feel. Let me know what you guys think. And if you would like more tier lists, tell me what to rate, tell me what to do. I want to upload on YouTube more. But hey, guys, thank you so much for being some goats. It's my birthday, so I'm going to go enjoy that now. Much love to all of you. Talk about it in the comments. And hey, I will see you in the next video.